Okay, so I had an overwhelming amount of you guys request this video, so I'm going to be showing you my tanning routine today, how I do it myself, and how I get an even coat on my back. The first trick is going to be that I always use sprays. I've tried the mousses and I'm just not that flexible. So I always use sprays, and the one that I've been using, you've heard me talk about on here before, is the Neutrogena, and I'll share a better picture of this afterward. During these times, I did want to shop small and support local, so Alex from Bikinis Optional got me into the Mystic spray, and there's pros and cons to both. The Mystic spray, I was pleasantly surprised. It goes on dark, so you can see where you're spraying it. So if you haven't tanned before or you haven't done it yourself before, you can see where it's going. With the Neutrogena, it goes on clear and then it develops. So if you haven't tanned before, it's not as easy to see where you're spraying. However, it is a little bit more forgiving. It's definitely a lighter coat. Even if you choose the deep intensity, it's not as dark on your skin. So if you did blotch up or miss some spots, it's not going to be as noticeable as if you did it with the Mystic. So that's just kind of my pro and con to both. They're both about the same price point. So if you do want to shop local and shop small, definitely support Bikinis Optional and grab a bottle of Mystic. But just some tips before you tan: make sure you're nice and exfoliated and shaved or waxed, whatever you do, before you tan. So what I always like to do, kind of my routine, is at night before bed, I take my shower, exfoliate, shave, and while I'm still in the shower, then I spray myself. Go to bed so that it has time to set. I'm not washing my hands or getting wet or anything like that. Go to bed, wake up in the morning, and then I can rinse off, put on my makeup, and I gave the tan time to set. And another reason I like to do it in the shower is so that you can rinse off the wall behind you, because if you're spraying, it's gonna get everywhere behind you as well. So do it in the shower towards the wall and then rinse off the wall afterwards, and you won't have any stains or anything like that. If you do it also right after you take a shower, your hair is going to be in a towel, so it's going to be covered, especially if you have blonde hair. You're not going to be getting tan in your hair. I never ever do my feet because I get enough fall off from the rest of my body as I'm spraying. It all, obviously, gravity goes downward. So if you do spray your feet after you've done all that, they're going to be like the darkest thing on your body. So I just kind of let whatever naturally falls on my feet. It ends up tanning them evenly. And then I do a double coat on my face and hands, because I'm washing my hands obviously so much more often than I'm washing the rest of my body. You know, I'm using toners on my face, makeup, things like that. So they just hit it a little bit harsher than the rest of your body. And so the tan fades a little bit faster on those areas. So I always do a double coat there and on the tops of my shoulders, because if you are getting tanned naturally in the sun, where is it coming from? Up above. So it's hitting you darker on the top of your shoulders. So I try to kind of do it in a way that it's going to look natural. After you do your tan, when you're showering, don't use any type of harsh soaps, don't exfoliate, just use something very neutral and very non-abrasive to the skin so that your tan lasts the longest, and make sure you're moisturizing the days following to keep your tan looking nice and fresh. So without any further ado, let's get right to it. 24 hours and I wanted to show you how the tan looks once it's dried. So here is the front. And you can see where it had pulled up and I just dabbed it with a rag. It's totally normal now. And then the back, which everyone has been requesting to see, this is what the back looks like. So there you have it.